हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू ज्ञान फॉर मीडिया एंड आई एम कृतिका। फ्रेंड्स, हमारा आज का ये वीडियो है फिल्म एंड विजुअल कम्युनिकेशन के ऊपर एंड दिस इज इन कंटिन्यूएशन टू आवर प्रीवियस वीडियो। हमारे साथ हैं प्रोफेसर गोविंद जी पांडे, हु इज द हेड ऑफ द डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ मास कम्युनिकेशन एंड जर्नलिज्म इन बाबा साहेब भीमराव अम्बेडकर यूनिवर्सिटी लखनऊ। और हमारे पिछले वीडियो में सर ने हमें बताया था ब्रीफ हिस्ट्री ऑफ सिनेमा की। अगर आपने वो वीडियो अभी तक नहीं देखा है तो यू कैन check out that video. The link is given above, आपकी स्क्रीन पे आ रहा होगा। और आज हम लोग बात करेंगे विजुअल कम्युनिकेशन के ऊपर। तो ज्यादा वक्त जाया ना करते हुए आई वुड लाइक टू वेलकम गोविंद जी पांडे, प्रोफेसर गोविंद जी पांडे सर here, and sir will be talking about visual communication.
Thank you, Kritika, for inviting me. In the last lecture, we discussed about film, a brief history of film and its different eras. In this video, we are going to talk about visual communication. Film as a medium of communication is basically a by-sense medium where we use visual as well as audio. But the dominating, the sense is visual sense. So in film, visual dominate and audio basically complement and supplement the information that we are not able to fill through visuals. When we record a film, when we record a visual, we follow certain guidelines, and film also. The guideline for composition is already, given. It is basically developed over a period of time. When first Lumiere brothers started screening their films, there was no guideline and they basically started with actuality. But in 1903, when Henry E. Porter recorded and screened a film, The Great Train Robbery, the concept of narrative basically came in cinema. And after that, the narrative took a particular shape and people started telling stories through cinema. But telling stories through cinema, and the way we see cinema, is a story of 100 years. And in these 100 years, so many experiments were basically conducted in cinematography, in narrative structure, in screenwriting, in screenplay. And the basic principles of, playing with the visuals or writing with visuals are basically, understanding the different shots. Right now, I'm using audio as a means of communication, though I'm visible also. But my communication is dominated by audio medium. And when I'm communicating, I'm constructing meaning, and that meaning is reaching to you through word by word, sentence by sentence, and paragraph by paragraph. This is how I'm delivering my lecture. When you are making a film is also constructed visually. So the basic unit of film is shot. Shot by shot, we construct meaning, and shot by shot, we construct scene. Scene by scene, we construct sequence, and sequence by sequence, we construct meaning. Meaning simply means the story of the cinema. So this is how we tell cinema visually. And when we write screenplay is a visual description of, your narrative or the story. And while writing visual description, we follow certain guidelines. Now the question before all of us is, what is the alphabets of cinema? The alphabets of the cinema, like the grammar that I'm using is English grammar, but what is the grammar of cinema? Or what is the alphabets of cinema? I'm using English grammar, and the alphabets are ranging from A to Z, Z of, English grammar. The grammar of visual filmmaking is shots, and shots can be from ECU to ELS. ECU is extreme close-up, and ELS is extreme long shot. So you can choose any shot: extreme close-up, mid close-up, mid shot, mid long shot, extreme long shot. So while choosing all these shots, we basically, follow a particular grammar. The grammar also says that you should follow the rule of 180 degree and rule of 30 degree. Rule of 180 degrees, the imaginary line that we establish when we record an event, when we record a scene. And rule of 30 degrees basically applied when we are editing a film, where when we cutting from ELS to ELS, we must have at least the change of 30 degree. Otherwise, jump or jerk in the continuity will appear. So there are many rules which are basically developed over a period of time. But the basic basic principles of visual communication is shots. Our filmmaking is shots, and shot by shot we basically construct meaning, and scene by scene also. Now the next question which comes to the audience's mind, that what determines the length of shots? Why? Because this question is asked by many students, that how come we decide that a shot can be of say 10-second duration or 20-second duration or 1 minute duration?
Right,
So
and I
the
think
answer
UGC
to this
नेट
question,
के पेपर में भी ये क्वेश्चन आ चुका है.
yes, the basic principle behind duration of the shot is content. The content basically determines the length of the shots. For example, in a film, in Manthan film, you see that when Dr. Rao got the letter of his transfer and he went to meet Bindu, the interaction between Bindu, Dr. Rao and Bindu's husband is basically a very good example of that, how many shots we can have in a scene, and how one shot will how one shot is basically cut after another, and what was the duration of the shot. In this we can see that when the reaction of the Bindu is given, the reaction shot is for very less time, 3 seconds, 4 seconds. But when the melodramatic scene of a shot of the Bindu, where Bindu is crying and her ears are rolling down, that shot is basically for a longer period, and the director has also used crane for taking that shot. So one shot can long for minutes also, and one shot can long for 3 seconds, 4 seconds, depending upon the kind of shot that we are using. I have used the term reaction shot, cutaways, cuttings. All these are basically techniques of cinematography, and when we use these techniques, we basically construct meaning. Now, when we basically move from one shot to another shot, we sometimes break the visual continuity also. If you are breaking the visual continuity, we use a shot called buffer shot. The buffer shot is basically a shot of any object which is part of the scene, but used to divert the audience attention, or used to break the audience sense of direction. So buffer shot is used. Sometimes we call it neutral shot also. So these are basically the ABCD of visual communication, where the composition is basically governed by the visual grammar, visual ABCD of filmmaking, and these are the basic fundamental units of filmmaking. When we start using the fundamental units of filmmaking, we need other things also in order to beautify the construction. So for I'm using noun, pronoun, verb, adverb. There are many many things, preposition, in order to make my sentence appear very beautiful, meaningful. Similarly, in cinema also, in visual communication also, we use different lines, like we use straight line, we use horizontal line, we use curved line, we use zigzag line, we use diagonal lines. All these lines are basically used to convey meaning. Okay, so the visual communication is based on shots, visual communication is based on lines, visual communication is based on the meaning that we basically construct in a frame, which is known as composition, and whatever we put in a particular frame is known as mise-en-scène. So mise-en-scène is what we put in a frame. The mise-en-scène analysis is about analyzing each and every element of the composition. Everything that is visible in a shot is basically part of the mise-en-scène analysis. So this is how we basically construct meaning in cinema. Let us discuss about the decision of using a particular shot. Suppose you are using extreme long shot. Why you are using a shot? This question may be asked in the NET examination. Can we cut from ELS to ELS? Like Satyajit Ray in his film Apur Sansar, when Harihar Nath died, he cut from ELS to ELS. And here I am saying that you cannot cut from ELS to ELS until unless you have changed the camera for say 30 degree, okay, or 45 degree. So if the composition is changed and the characters are different in the frame, we can cut from ELS to ELS also, provided that the things which I have just explained is part of your composition. If you do not change the the composition, and if you cut from ELS to ELS, simply jerk will appear, or the jump will be visible to the audience, and this will basically distract the visual sense of the audience also, and it's a kind of visual jump also. So we must avoid these jumps while making a cinema. Visual communication is also governed by different ism, that is how do we basically construct meaning. So for construction of meaning, there are 4 or 5 ways. One is the Hollywood style of filmmaking, that is popularly known as seamless editing. Seamless editing simply means that continuity editing, where we basically are very careful about the jumps, we are very careful about the shot composition, we are very careful about the shot selection. So the selection of the shots are basically from ELS to LS, or ELS to MS to LS, or then vis-a-vis we can change it. In Hollywood style of filmmaking, we basically follow 3-2-1, 1-2-3 principle. 3-2-1, 1-2-3 is either you can start with a close shot, then mid shot, then long shot, or you can start with an extreme long shot, mid shot, or close shot. If you follow this particular pattern, you will never find jump in your cinema. So while visual construction, and this is also a universally acceptable way of filmmaking, where we use 3-2-1, 1-2-3 model of communication. When we use extreme long shot, then other short, long shot or mid long shot, and then close shot, and we can change this order also, and you'll find that your cinema will never have jump. Then there is another style of filmmaking or editing, where Soviet which developed in Soviet Sangh, Pudovkin, who is a very well known editor, he developed his own style of film editing. Then Eisenstein was there, Sergei Eisenstein was there. There are many people who basically contributed in the development of cinema grammar or cinematic grammar. So Soviet montage theory developed. This montage theory is about constructing meaning through visuals, and how that visual will come in a particular order. These things are basically explained in Soviet montage theory or thematic editing. Then there is relational editing also, beat cut also. So in montage also there are many types of montages also. So there are many things in, like in English grammar there are many things to learn. Similar in visual communication also there are many things you learn. We cannot teach everything in 10 minutes time. So I'm just touching every everything, so that you can at least understand the concept, and you can go through like a detailed study, because the continuity style, or seamless cutting, or cut-ins, cutaways, buffer shot, jump cuts, all these need a very serious study. Otherwise you won't be able to understand the difference between different shots, or why a particular shot is basically chosen, why a particular shot is not used in a particular sequence or scene. All these things are basically placed with meaning. Like in my communication, if I feel like I don't need a particular word, I can eliminate it. Similarly in visual communication also, if you feel like you don't need a particular shot, you can eliminate it. Don't put anything just because you recorded it. Put things which you feel that they construct meaning, and they create beauty in the in frame. Otherwise just cut it, cut it and construct meaning, or construct things which you basically are planning to.
very short span of time, you have explained things very aptly, be it meaning of cut, scene and different types of shot. I understand कि time क्योंकि बहुत कम है हमारे पास, लेकिन उसमें भी आपने काफी सारे की पॉइंट्स हमारे व्यूअर्स को बता दिए which they can note it down. एंड इस तरह के क्वेश्चंस हर साल नेट पेपर में आते ही आते हैं, नॉट ओनली इन पेपर 2 बट आल्सो इन पेपर 1. समटाइम्स एक जनरल क्वेश्चन के तौर पे इस तरह के क्वेश्चंस पूछे जाते हैं. सो थैंक यू वेरी मच सर for being with us on this platform and enlightening our students with your knowledge. Thank you very much. और
Thank you, Kritika.
अगर आप लोग मेरे चैनल पे नए हैं या फिर अभी तक आपने चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो प्लीज डू सब्सक्राइब द चैनल एंड वीडियो को ज्यादा से ज्यादा लाइक करिए, ज्यादा से ज्यादा शेयर करिए अमंग योर फ्रेंड्स. And don't forget to press the bell icon which is given on the right hand side of your screen to never miss an update from Gyan4Media. Also, you can follow us on our Facebook page at Gyan4Media.